Guys, when it comes to terminal tackle, fishing rods, reels, leader, line, man, there's so much more I could say. It comes down to Shimano. Yes, you walk into your local Anaconda store and there it is, the big S shining brightly at you. Now, I've been running Shimano since I was a little whippersnapper. And for the first time in my life, they've allowed me to bring cameras into here, the headquarters in Sydney. Let's go and check it out. And of course, that iconic man cave. Welcome to the inside of Shimano HQ, and I've got with me here Leroy Hoyton. He is the events and sponsorship coordinator for Australia Shimano. Mate, tell me about this massive place. I absolutely love it.
Well, welcome to HQ.
Thank you.
Bertie. Basically, we run all of our fishing and cycling out of this office.
Yeah.
We also have an amazing big showroom here with lots of new tackle. We also have our spares department and our warehousing out the back.
So it's a fairly large footprint you guys have on the ground here. There's a lot of people just sort of moving around here. I'm going to say they've probably got the best job in the world when it comes to if they're a cycler or a fisherman. I mean, the two great pastimes that Shimano cover for us Aussies.
Mate, if you like either of those, you're in heaven.
Absolutely. Well, I can see heaven about 50 metres that way there, and that looks like to me a man cave.
That is probably one of the best man caves on the East Coast.
Okay, I'm very jealous. Can we go and have a look?
Let's have a look.
Thank you.
All right, Paul, welcome to the man cave.
Thanks, man. I'll tell you what, this is incredible and super impressive. We've got a whole heap of lures and lines here. Mate, is this new stuff coming out to the market? What's the deal?
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of new products that I'd like to show you.
Yeah.
First one is the new Reef Wriggler, a 175mm bottom fishing lure.
Okay.
We've also got some of the existing ones coming out now in a range of new colours.
Right, okay. And of course, they all work well with the S Factor.
Correct.
We're going to put those on there, get that fish enhancement going, pull them back in, bite up on the hooks.
Fish bite a little bit more.
Are we looking, when you are using soft plastics, because you're the man who asked while I got you, is it become more of a centred bite for the fish to come in, or is it more of a reaction bite?
The plastics itself, yeah, it's designed obviously to imitate a live fish. So it gets a lot more of the reaction bites rather than bait fishing where they come after the scent.
Yeah, okay, so just keep plugging that hole. There's a flatty there, or a cod, or a jack, or anything like that, or a snapper. There's a good chance when they're coming past, they're going to get out there to get it in their face and they're going to bite it. Yeah,
hit those structure zones.
Mate, these are the new clinchers. Now, I've been super impressed with these because I love my squid fishing. Do a lot of it. These are the older ones here, the old eggies, but we've gone up now. You guys have added a lot more technology to the squid jig.
Yeah, so on top of the existing flash boost system, which was a silent release last year, we've now added the clinch rattle. So these ones will actually have the flash boost system and the rattle as well.
Pretty cool.
Entice the bite in the murkier water.
And 3 different sizes, 10 gram all the way up to 19 grams, okay? And obviously the different varieties and colours. But that flash boost really makes a big difference as well because it gives it that shimmer.
Gives it that natural look even when you're not even moving the lure.
And Leroy, these here, we use these out on the actual Wreck Reef trip on Big Cat Reality. And I've got to say, some of the fish were just absolutely XOS, massive. Dinosaur trout, yellowfin, human being to the hooks going in.
Taking photos of the yellowfin and he flicked and one went into my shoulder and the tuna was on the other end, and so anyway. Tuna went into the water and the hook stayed in my shoulder. But Shimano, that's the new flash boost, by the way, stick bait from Shimano.
They'll catch anything.
They'll catch everything.
So mate, I also hear you guys did some product testing. Tell me about where you went.
Oh mate, we recently went over to WA and went out through the Montebello Islands, testing out a whole bunch of the new lures.
What's the Monties like? I've heard about it, read about it. How cool is it for a fisherman wanting to get to such a remote place?
Oh, it's awesome. There's over 200 islands. There's 3 different sites where they tested nuclear bombs back in the 50s.
So the fish will be huge.
Oh mate, we caught plenty of big fish.
Yeah, okay.
We were out there testing Shimano's boost concept.
Yeah, okay.
That includes flash boost, armor boost, scale boost, and jet boost.
Yeah, wow. Man, I've got to say, because obviously jet boost is going to give you that longer distance casting, spring-loaded lead weight within the actual system.
Correct.
The flash boost is cool because I know you put flash boost into your eggies, your squid jigs.
Yeah, we're incorporating it through all of our ranges.
Wow, it's so good. It just gives you that real good shine in the water. So as that lure is coming across the surface or under the water, it just illuminates straight back out at you. So that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and the last one would be the scale boost, giving you that really lifelike look.
Wow. Now, mate, tell me about this here. I've saw it on the rack earlier. It folds in half. Why?
Yeah, so this is the new Armour Boost system.
Yep.
Basically, it's a folding concept which
Wow.
allows you to get a lot more distance and accuracy with your casting.
Okay. Because I guess when you're casting, say, a larger paddle tail, it goes up in the air, it
Catches
hits side,
the
it
wind.
catches, and it flutters and falls into the drink. You don't get the distance, right?
Exactly. So this is basically the
Oh, wow.
to get around that.
Okay, it just folds in half. Tell me about the new size that we've got up here as well.
So you and I tested out the 200s and the 175s
Yep.
when we went on Big Cat.
Yeah.
This year in WA, we got to test out the new 140s,
Wow.
the new Hiramasa in the 190s, and obviously a couple of the old favourites as well.
Yeah. Mate, they're so cool. The lure range here at Shimano, the new one's about to hit the market coming up in the next couple of months. So get your pennies safe because come Christmas, you'll want a whole variety of these in your arsenal. Speaking of arsenal, mate.
Let's have a look at the rods.
Oh, man.
All right, Bertie, check out the new X-Prides.
Mate, these look absolutely awesome. We've got the Zodius rods behind them here. What's the difference?
Yeah, well, these actually have a cork grit construction.
Right.
And they have all of Shimano's high-end componentry, including the monocoque butts,
Yep.
that extra sensitivity,
Okay.
the CI4 reel seats, and the higher power X construction.
I tell you what, absolutely, really light rod. I can see the range here that we've got also for brim fishermen out there, maybe bass anglers, sooty grunners, anything like that. You've got the 1 to 3 kilo sort of range, and of course, if you're going out for barra or jacks, you might need that little heavier bait caster. So we're bumping up to around that 6 kilo plus. So a really good lineup there, and fantastic for, I guess, if those want to get out there and get a good Christmas gift coming. Well, hey, the X-Pride
Yeah, certainly.
sounds good. What else is on the market, mate?
Okay, Bertie, here's a new reel series that I wanted to show you. So it's a
Okay.
global release.
Yep.
It's called the Miraval.
Wow, okay. It looks like a miracle to me, mate, because it's a colourful little compact reel. What size do they come out in?
They would be from a 1000 all the way up to your compact 5000.
Okay, so I guess for any brim anglers out there, bass anglers, flathead, so inshore sport fishing, freshwater impoundments, and also, I guess, those inshore reefs if you're going out there targeting, say, snapper.
Correct.
Cool.
Now, it is based off the Nasky reel, but
Okay.
now has upgraded CI4 componentry.
Oh, okay, so we're talking CI4's componentry of the legendary Stratic.
Correct.
And of course the Vanford.
Correct, yes.
So we've got some pretty good technology being put out into this reel here. Now this is one that's really going to hit the market because that's a massive piece of the industry is people doing that inshore sport fishing come lighter reef fishing, products like that. And it's a good price point as well.
Yeah, it's actually the cheapest one with the CI4 features.
There you have it, everybody. Mate, it's an absolute pleasure to have a look around here. But one thing that really leads to the next one I'm going to talk to you about is that all this gear that comes in, the servicing that takes part here at Shimano HQ is second to none. Love to have a look at your spares because, as you know, when you're out there and you're using the reel, it's getting absolutely hammered in the salt, the environment, and the fish, the drag, is when you send them back here, you've got a pretty unique team behind you that gets
We
that underway.
certainly do.
Let's go and have a look.
Let's go meet the guys. All right, Bertie. This is where all the spares are kept.
All right,
Want to
mate.
meet the team?
Yep. Fire us through. Good.
Let's go.
Hello, mate.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Good. How you doing?
Leroy, how are you?
Good, mate. How you going?
Good, good.
This is where it all happens, eh?
Yes. Yep, this is the nerve centre of our service when it comes to Shimano reels.
Tell me there, Josh, people who are bringing their reels in, at what stage do they need to send them or can they do things themselves?
There's a couple of little things you can do, like yourself, one of which being the drag and probably the line roller. Any deeper than that, I would generally suggest people send them to us. As far as time-wise, depends on how much you use it, but we usually recommend about once a year is good to just maintain it. Same as you'd maintain your car, just keeping it up before it gets too far gone will just extend the life of it.
And you have all the schematics online as well that
Yep.
people can get on there and have a look at their, whether it's a Spheros or a Stratic or anything really to have a look.
So on shimanofish.com.au we have all the schematics. You can just type in the type of reel you have, the size, it'll bring up schematics. Just blow them up, see what parts you're looking at and usually which way they're going to go back in, and it's a good way to find everything you need in there.
Lots of stuff in here, and I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed. Mate, to do a drag setup, this is what you've got here.
Yep.
Laying it out is the best bet.
As you're pulling a reel or a drag stack apart, just lay it out as you pull the actual parts out. So same as anything, just take a small chunk and do one bit at a time. But a drag stack is just, 6 different washers, as you'll see on the schematic. take them out, give them a bit of a pat with a bit of paper towel from the kitchen, and then just lay them back in the reverse order you pull them out.
And you're using the tweezers?
Yeah, I find tweezers, I've got big fat pork sausage fingers, so I do find a nice crispy pair of tweezers certainly helps me putting things back together. But yeah, as I pull them out, just lay them back in as they were.
See, if you're anything like me, everybody, is when you undo a reel in particular, you end up with 5 screws left over when you put it back together. Is this normally the case? Do people send reels back to you in a box of pieces?
We do occasionally get what we might refer to as a glad bag, and yeah, we can usually get it back together. You'd be surprised. I took the challenge years ago of whether I could just take something that was completely dumped out on the table in front of me and just put it back together, and it's the same as anything. You get used to it after years of doing it, but same as your motor mechanic knows how to do it. Yeah, fishing reel techs do. So that's basically how you put that back together. You've just re-greased it, you've cleaned it up a little bit, and that'll give you a bit of extra time out there on the water until it's time for a yearly service.
There you have it, everybody. That's the Shimano service department. They've got a whole variety of spares all lined up here, ready to have your reel service, no matter what you're doing. And you might be thinking, oh, what does it need servicing for? Well, you've got to think about it, right? Is that if you're out there and you're casting out, you know, you're using those big, the squidgies or stick baits, whatever. You hook onto a fish that's the size of us, it's putting wear and tear on the product. And after 12 months of putting it through wear and tear, you really need to have it serviced.
Certainly.
Right, I see the plaque here, of course, of JD.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about for everyone at home as well.
Unfortunately for us, John's no longer with us, but he was the founder of Dunphy Sports, and he was also the first one to bring in the distribution rights for Shimano in Australia.
Mate, he's an iconic man. I had the pleasure, he brought me into Shimano 28 years ago, a long time ago, and took me under his wing. So I've had the honour of meeting the great man himself, and of course with his passing going back in 2015, but they've also put out an artificial reef here off Sydney called the JD Reef, which is a pretty cool thing done.
Yeah, that's obviously why the plaque was presented by the Department of Primary Industries here in Shimano head office.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'll tell you what, you never know some of the legends that you come here and you read about, and also you see walking the hallways.
All right, Paul, thanks for coming down to visit again.
Greatly appreciated the tour, thanks mate. And of course, Shimano's got you covered when it comes to the new arsenal of fishing tackle, whether it's lines, reels, rods, terminal tackle, the list is there. Jump on down to your local Anaconda store and gear yourselves up. Good on you, mate.
See you next time.
Appreciate it. Cheers, mate. And of course, thanks for watching Step Outside YouTube channel for lots of cooking and fishing action. Like, subscribe, and of course, comment for more catches like this and cooking recipes.